Hey everyone, welcome to our Wednesday Wellness Health Chat with Robin and Kim. And we have a very special guest today that we're excited about. And I'm going to let Robin introduce Howard. So go ahead, Robin.
Hello, everybody. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Our guest today is Howard Bruss, and he is a franchise owner for HotWorks, which I am a member of. I'm very thankful for. And he's going to talk to us about the benefits for our health of infrared sauna. So my first question is, Howard, what is the difference? Because I've been telling people about this and they ask me these questions. What is the difference between infrared and a regular sauna?
Well, first of all, Kim and Robin, thanks for having me on. There's been a ton of articles written about infrared sauna, and I'm a new franchise owner and I love it. And some of the biggest differences in the conventional sauna is a conventional sauna, they heat the air with a lot of humidity. It's a convectional kind of a heat. So it heats the air, which heats your body. And that'll get up to 180 degrees or 200 degrees. And you step into one of those and you feel it. It's humid and it's hard to breathe. Now, an infrared sauna actually heats you through electromagnetic waves and photons that actually heat your body from within. So when you go into an infrared sauna, there's very little humidity. And then I'll get into the science just for 2 seconds of this, because if you think about the electromagnetic scale, there's gamma rays, there's X-rays, there's ultraviolet rays, and there's visible light. And all those rays are ionizing, which means they alter your DNA. Now to the right of that is non-ionizing, which is actually good for you. And then there's infrared and radio waves. And then within infrared, Robin, as you and I were talking about, there's the light infrared, which has a very kind of a short wave and it won't penetrate the skin. And then there's mid and far infrared, and the far infrared will actually penetrate your skin, which has all kinds of health benefits associated with it. So that's, a little scientific, the difference between it.
Okay, good. That makes sense. And so then I know there are so many benefits. One of the main reasons I started going was because I had my hip replacement. I know one of the things that you just went through a surgery yourself too. And I can tell huge differences on my flexibility, being able to get my leg to where it should be going now. So can you tell us some of the many, many benefits? Hopefully we won't be here for a half hour, but there are so many.
I'll touch on 3 really quick things of what it's doing to your body. So one is detoxification. As I talked about those waves that can penetrate your body, it will actually penetrate your body up to 1.5 inches and just start to dissolve fat. And that releases toxins. The other thing is, nitroglycerin, you hear about that, it releases nitric acid in your body, which expands your blood cells or your blood vessels and helps with circulation and pain relief, et cetera. And there's another thing that it does in the body is that it promotes heat shock proteins, which actually rebuilds your cells. So those are the things that are going on in your body. And then Robin, what I've noticed is, for me personally, is a euphoria after I work out. I notice an increased calorie burn. I track it on my watch, and there's a big difference, between 125 degrees in the sauna and 130 degrees in the sauna. I see my calorie burn, much more. And I've also seen actually a tightening of my skin. I notice personally, whenever I lose kind of a lot of weight, my skin feels a little looser, and I actually feel my skin being tightened as well. And I can tell you some other things that our members have told us, if you want me to get into some of those things.
You told me a couple things today, and I would love to pass those, like about fibromyalgia. I know arthritis is a big thing. So take it away.
So, unsponsored, and it's great because I can talk about this all day long, but I love it when my members come up to me and say things. So a woman came up to me, she said, I've got fibromyalgia, and when the weather changes, I can feel it. One of the symptoms is fatigue and pain. And she said, this is all but alleviated all of her symptoms. She said she played with her grandkids all day and didn't have to take a nap or didn't have to, recuperate. And the next day she was good. So she's religious about coming in here, and she came unsolicited for that. I've got 2 other interesting stories about COVID. A friend of mine's son, who's 16 years old, was suffering from the long-term effects of COVID. Doctor prescribed sitting in infrared sauna. First time in it, felt 1,000 times better. Second time in it was back. And then another person that I know, she's on my rowing team. She's close to her 60s. She had lasting effects of COVID. 2 times in it, she was back to rowing. So I'm seeing all kinds of benefits like that are exciting.
That's awesome.
That is incredible. And I have a question for you. because when Robin was explaining this to me for the first time, I was trying to visualize what it was, but you're actually working out, you're doing a class inside a room, right? A small, very small class, but I don't think there's an instructor there. Is there? Is a video?
There is.
Class?
It's all video instructor led. So,
Okay.
Kim, you're exactly right. We've got 10 saunas in a studio. They're all 7x9, and they're patented by HotWorks with the infrared saunas in there. There's a video instructor led with 3 instructors on it that give kind of a medium hardness of very hard, et cetera, or easy. And so they're all our video instructor led. We've got 15-minute HIIT workouts, cycle, rowing, a total body trainer, and then we've got more isometric, Pilates, yoga, warrior, and you're right. You're in this with up to 3 people, getting the benefits of the infrared sauna while you work out.
Is it hot at all? Is it?
Well, yeah, it's 125 degrees.
Okay.
That's the sweet spot for the infrared saunas. And again, when you get in there, it doesn't feel, you can breathe. It's not humid. It's 125 degrees. And that's like being in an 180-degree conventional sauna.
Okay, but it doesn't feel like you're in like a super kind of wet, that wet feeling from the
Correct.
sauna?
Not at all. I mean, you'll
Okay.
touch the wood in there and it's not hot. So it actually heats your body from within.
Okay. And my other question was, like, I've heard there's different levels of infrared. And I think you touched on that when you said far infrared.
Yep.
Was that part of that? Okay. And is it better to have the more infrared than the less infrared?
Well, I'll tell you what, it depends on what your benefits you're looking to get out of it. And Robin, as you and I talked earlier today, a lot of people that do light sensitive therapy, and that light is more of a near, so the wavelength is tighter. It actually does not penetrate the skin. So that's more for topical, dermatologists use the visible light on that. And then you start to get into the medium and far, and you want to get into the far because that actually penetrates your body even further and generates the heat from within and rises your core temperature.
And is the far one, is that all that you offer? Every room in yours is a far?
We've got a mid and far, and there's 2 types of sauna devices that emanate heat and electromagnetic waves in there. So we got the mid and the far in every sauna. And
you can choose. Does the person choose what they want?
No, that choice it's already pre-calculated. So they set the temperature, and then they get all the benefits of both of those.
Oh, so you get both the medium and the far together.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. See, I don't
know.
No one.
That's why we're doing this. This is good. Yeah. And I will say too, like Howard said, there's up to 3 people in a room. I can tell you guys, because I know people are kind of funny about being with other people if you don't know them. Typically, I find, like, because I went with my son and my future daughter-in-law, that was the 3 people. Every other time I've been there, I've been totally by myself. And I don't always, because I was recovering from my surgery, I didn't do what the instructors were doing. I did my own stretches. I did what the physical therapist told me, the stretches to do there, because of course, I have to take it a little bit slower getting back at it. So really, I mean, you can sit in there and do whatever you want. It's your workout. You could lay in there and do nothing, right, Howard? You're still going to get benefits.
Yeah, people love it. They're like, I feel like this is my studio. So the studio is very nice. Robin, as you know, you've been in them, and not like a traditional gym where it's kind of intimidating. So you can go in, if you don't know what you're doing, the video instructors, they walk you through it. And to your point, you can modify the poses, you can do whatever you want, and you can still get the benefits of the infrared in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm loving it. And if anyone in Columbus area wants to come on over to Polaris and go with me, I can take you in as a guest for a really good rate.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yep. Hey, and so Howard, tell everyone where they can find you, and I'll go ahead and tag you on this as well.
Yeah. So we're at 2121 Polaris Parkway. So there's Raising Cane's up there in the Swiss Bakery and the First Watch, all in that shopping complex. We're there. And also, Robin, we're open 24 hours a day. So if I didn't mention that, it's very slick, a lot of technology. You come onto our Wi-Fi, you've got your code, it lets you in automatically, and you're able to do your workouts. I do staff at about 45 hours a week, and my staff is awesome, and they will help you. But you don't need the staff there to work out anytime that you want. And you can also Google us, HotWorks Polaris, and you can find our website and sign up that way.
Yep.
And if you don't live in Columbus, unfortunately, like I don't, I Googled it and I found there's one in Cincinnati. So I'm going to go check out.
And Kim, it is literally, I think it's the fastest growing fitness franchise. Earlier this year, they had 500 open. They sold another 500. So 500 are in the process of being open, and it's just skyrocketing because, everyone's seeing the value of this.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because I've heard it's been on my radar for a couple of years, just infrared, just doing the infrared therapy. So yeah, this is really cool to actually work out. And and I'm picturing in my mind is like doing a hot yoga class. Is that right?
It is, but our motto is it's beyond hot yoga. And so you get that increased core temperature rise, which speeds up your metabolism, which burns your calories. And then immediately I'm in there. I love to do the yoga because I can hold my poses longer. I get more flexibility. And it's actually, I go to the chiropractor every once in a while and they crack your back. I'm doing the yoga and my back is cracking, which it normally wouldn't. But it's Kim, it's beyond hot yoga. Yeah.
Yeah. And why I'm comparing it to that, like the heat wise thing. And
it's a fair comparison. Yeah.
And are you sweating like you would sweat in a
profusely?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's and so it's probably a good thing to come in, make sure you're hydrated before you.
You know what? And actually, what's interesting is I noticed that I am more aware of my hydration after this. I think I was more dehydrated before I started doing this, but now it's somewhat top of mind. And in reality, I'm actually more hydrated as a human now that I'm on this program overall. Yeah. Now, so it's awesome. It forces you to think about that.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that. So I was just trying to get my mind around, exactly how it works and stuff. So I got to go for myself to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I will do that. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Yeah. All right. If anyone has any other questions, you can always post them in the comments and we will get with Howard, or Howard will see those questions. And thanks so much for taking time out of your busy day, because I enjoyed it. Franchise and getting the word out there about how healthy it is. So, all right. We'll see everybody next week. Have a great one.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.